Hey, I know who it is, man. It's your A-Town partner, Sahara the Prince, man. And I'm kicking with my folks and my dog over at Gully TV. Hey.
We was having a discussion in the studio about entrepreneurship and a specific artist. We don't have to say his name. Recently, it came through the online community that he wanted to get $100 for his next mixtape, I believe. How you feel about that? What type of credentials do you think somebody got to have to demand those types of prices in this climate?
well, let's just say like the person.
Before you answer that, I want you to look up here on the wall at all of these, indie niggas and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Noah the Flood, Rome Streets, 38 Special, Benny the Butcher. Yourself, the opioid era is up there, the Booze Brothers is up there.
Yeah, there's some notable cats, man.
So again, and you see these are some of these shit, vinyls and shit. You know what I'm saying?
This right here,
and
Booze Brothers,
opioid era right there. And in this type of climate, an artist comes along, and you see that they're art pieces too.
Yeah.
And the artist come along and decides that he wants $100 for a project. What can you expect from a project? What do you expect to get for $100?
We got a joint called Sergio Ticini. As far as like spending $100, I know I better get like the best quality of music I heard in my life, and it like. But you know, everybody has opinions, so it's like it may be horrible to somebody, but to somebody else, this project could have changed somebody else's life.
Yeah.
This project could have really had an impact on somebody. While somebody else could be like, man, this was a waste of money. Or I could have got this. I could listen to such and such.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I feel like he has a right to feel his art is worth that much if he wants to. That's not to say it's gonna sell out though.
Right.
He's gonna have some loyal customers out of respect that's gonna be willing to pay that $100. And you know what I mean? He get what he want for it. That's what he want. That's how it's going to work out for him. He asks for it and he'll get it. Supply and demand.
Do you got a general list of artists that you might pay $100 for their project?
Yeah, I would pay $100 for a project for it. If I don't got to pay for it now, I mean... my subscription...
I'm for real though, like, you know, like
$15 a month right now. I'm just thinking though, realistically, if I had to pay $100 for an album, I would pay $100 for a Kanye West album.
Okay.
I'd pay $100 for a Kanye West album.
My argument was that it's a lot of dope out here. You feel me? Before the consumer gets to the point where they spend $100 is a lot of money these days, technically speaking, especially for music, right? You got a lot of people. Rick Ross and Meek Mill dropped today. And that's something that there's a level of anticipation for.
Right.
You feel me? But they didn't demand $100. That's what I mean by there's dope out here. There's a lot of fucking dope out here, which would make this transaction a little complicated. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think it's just a test of his independence, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, now he's not with the label, just trying to see his worth outside of the label to see if he could try to recoup.
That's a logical answer. I like that right there. That's dope right there. It's been tried before. Nipsey did it before. Several artists. I think Rock Marcy. A few people have done it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like Bandcamp. Like, you really want to see who mess with your music, go from SoundCloud to Bandcamp. You go on SoundCloud, you free, but on Bandcamp, you put that price on it, you want to see something real quick. You know what I mean? So maybe there's just a test of loyalty and fans. Like,
was that a little bit of advice for MCs on the rise?
Absolutely.
Get up off of SoundCloud.
Yeah, eventually you want to see who gonna buy your music, man. Like in that young market, not to like discredit the youth, but they ain't spending no money on music, man. They ain't spending no money. So when you want to like see who really purchase your music, like just out of respect for you or like as a real fan, put it on Bandcamp, and you set your own price.
No doubt. But we agree that people ain't spending no money on music.
Yeah. They ain't really spending a lot. Like, you know, I mean, I could just say from my own experience.
And a nigga want $100 in a climate like this.
But he got a name, man.
He does, but
his name hold weight.
You gotta like, damn, who's on this motherfucker? Him by himself for $100?
I doubt it's gonna be him by himself,
right.
But I also feel like
maybe we should have got a little bit more details on the project before we pass judgment on it.
Yeah, but his name alone holds weight. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows him. Like like I would say like not even to compare somebody, but like if it was another name, it probably wouldn't get the same credibility. People would be like, hell nah. But you know, with his name, it's debatable.
I believe the guys who don't have the name is the guys who fans will pay $100.
Oh yeah, the ones without the big names and the lights, absolutely. The ones that's on the come up, really consistently moving and making more of an impact than the bigger names, absolutely.
Yeah,
we more relevant now.
I've seen loyal fan bases like that. Yeah, I've seen it.
I've been to some artists you never even heard, like big names. Like I don't consider Rome Streets as like not the biggest artist, but he's a big artist. But I done see them have some packed shows. You know what I'm saying? I done seen other people with bigger names, and it was a lot of space behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at and shit. So it's about how strong the fan base and how much you feed in that fan base, because fans roam.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pasture out here. It's a lot of greenery out here, man. So you gotta feed the fan base, man. That goes for everybody. Like I film so many niggas, man, who nice and shit, man, and I be telling them, man, yo, you gotta put your foot on the gas, man. Like, they not gonna get it. Like, if you coming out every 6 months, you know what niggas be bullshitting.
People waiting. They think somebody gonna come get them. I'm telling you, they think they drop like Jay-Z or something. You just come out you not Jay-Z. Like, you don't know what Jay-Z did to get where Jay-Z is.
Right.
Like, so people got to stop trying to compare themselves, let alone on that, and just apply pressure and keep going, man. Like,
I try to dispel that whole theory of, people getting signed and shit. I think that's probably like over with. Like,
oh yeah, man.
I think that's kind of like long over with.
I think as far as like getting signed, you gotta like really be having motion on your own before a label to come get you. Like,
at that point, what is the benefits of signing with a major label and shit if you already like that? People do it all the time.
People do it, but it depends. Like, some people be doing it because they probably need a loan or something, or you know what I mean, they probably doing bad on the low. You know, images, the perception crazy with rap. Yeah. This noise candy 3.
I
said, no, this noise candy 3.
Got that shit when that shit first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Hot off the press, I think I got that, second time. I got that.
Yeah, this joint still tape. It's original. I made these out the crib. Real rap. I made these in my kitchen. Printed them out. Had the stickers. I bought the red cases off Amazon. I had like a 5-disc CD burner at the time. I made all them CDs in the crib.
Why does it make sense to go through all of that and do all of that and essentially manufacture your own project? Why does it make sense?
It's a price cut. You know what I mean? If you know the business, you know how to make a dollar out of it instead of going through these other businesses and like the dependency is like just doing it on your own, like real independence. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you seeing what they doing and you can just do all the information and research yourself. It's like Google is my best friend. Like, when it comes to like business ideas and opportunities like that. Like, I'm sure all these people probably like, I'm sure like, okay, like this project right here, I'm sure Special made this money back and some at this time, and look at like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure he made his money.
That right there is a classic.
Yeah, but I say he got Gucci, French on here, Chinks. You know what I mean? Even these.
That right there, that one right there, that changed everything for Upstate New York. That CD.
This was big on that Piff. I remember this was out on that Piff 1 and 2.
That was the trigger right there. Let's say what it is and shit.
Man, Trust Tape too.
Yeah.
Man, Black Spoon is one of my favorite 38 special songs of this day.
I did a freestyle video for him. and my camera was blurry, and I fucked it up, man. I had just started out handling a camera and shit. Handling this specific camera, and it had like an autofocus, and I fucked it up, and we agreed that I shouldn't put it out, but I actually did a freestyle video for that. But 38 Special in that Trust Gang cipher, you remember that cipher?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the trigger for Upstate New York.
Yeah, that was. I tell people, man, Special was like one of the first cats I seen that was really on a big plateau with this shit. Like
it was like Moses, like the prophet and shit, like parting the Red Sea for Upstate New York. I gotta throw in Taj Mahal on the Senate from from Syracuse and shit.
Yeah.
Taj is doing it to death too, on an entrepreneur level, before a lot of people as well. But people kind of like missed the Senate. You had to be really tuned in to know what was going on with the Senate and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was affiliated with the Diplomats and shit like that. And
that's how I knew of him, because I opened up for Hell Rel when he came to Lockport, and Taj Mahal was there that night. That's what I said. I remember him back then. So
some people probably might have thought that they was from the Bronx or Harlem because he was always with them.
Yeah.
Whereas they from Syracuse and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Taj is one of the early guys. But that Trust Gang cipher did everything for Upstate New York. Conway should appreciate it, and honor it. He wasn't even with it. West Side Gun, everybody from Upstate New York who got active, a light switch was turned on. A total light switch was turned on from that freestyle video. That freestyle video had more impact than those mixtapes. Those mixtapes was classic in the street, but it was a regional thing. When that
cipher joint was definitely crazy.
Blew the top off.
I want to say, I think it hit almost 100,000 or something. I want to say,
it was
definitely a lot of views on that joint.
Yeah, that was how I rediscovered Benny and shit. Like I had filmed him years and years earlier, like 2007 or some shit like that. And then I seen him in a Trust Gang cipher, and I'm like, damn, that's Benny Montana. I couldn't believe he was still rapping. And that's what put me on to the whole Trust Gang shit. And that whole Inferno, that it just literally turned the light switch. It made it so people will listen to you.
Yeah, coming from upstate.
From upstate.
Yeah, they definitely set the tone. I ain't gonna hold you.
Straight up. I was telling Frio the same thing and shit, you know what I'm saying? Frio be getting busy too and shit. I was telling him the same thing, man. The Trust Gang meant a lot too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like, yo, Class Murder was like a bar animal, man. Like, he still is to me, but like in that era right there, he was the youngest too, like, so he was holding it down.
Now let me ask you something. When people go through the process of, putting these here indie art pieces together and shit, do y'all actually get spins on the radio from some of this material? This material right here, do any of that shit go to the radio?
Some do, yeah.
Shout out to the DJs. Name some of the DJs that support the underground and shit.
I mean, I would say like DJ Bandana Black, DJ Wire, just thinking of like from Buffalo, as far as I know, like they played my music before. That's been on some of my CDs. Like I've heard it on WBOK and stuff like that. So I definitely shout them out. But that's one of them I could say. Then I got a couple DJs out in LA. I don't even remember my boy name in St. Louis. If you watching this, my boy in St. Louis, you know who he is. I be sending him radio hits. He'll play them for me like he played Make Amends for me for like a month straight over there. And that's on one of my albums too, like, and I had that on physicals. So you know what I'm saying?
How's Shade 45 been treating you? You been up there at all?
Yeah, I went earlier this year, man. I took my cousin Rico Tellin with me. We did the Shady 45 interview and freestyle. You know what I mean? Then we just did Punchline Academy with Armadillos, where I had the whole label with me. We killed that joint too, man. But I don't know, man. You might see me back up there real soon. Real soon.
When you speak of the label, I want you to run off the artist. We're gonna get up out of here. It's Friday night. Go ahead.
Yeah, my boy Rico Tellin and G Block Tez, man. We got a project recently we dropped this year. United We Stand, Divided We Fall. You can catch that on all music streaming platforms too. They got their solo releases coming up in the next couple months or so too, so stay tuned, man. You can follow also on Instagram at Piff Music Empire Records.
So we got it in, man. Go ahead, give them a drop. Tell them where they can find you at. Give them the website. We out of here.
What's good, man? It's your boy Jamal Gasol, rocking with Gully TV. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at whoisjamalgasol. I got all the merch as well at my official website, jamalgasol.com.
Hold the hoodie up. Let them see. Let them get a look at that joint, man.
I mean, just put this in the dryer, man. Be good money. You know what I mean? Straight in the ring.
Came out the shrink wrap.
Yeah, straight out the bubble wrap. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how that piff come in.
So, Marl, I appreciate you, man. Until next time.
No doubt, man. Always a pleasure.
All right.